Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers are in for Monday, June 23, 2025. Fans can expect Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, to give Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, a warning. Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, reconnects with Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner. Plus, Kai Taylor, Jen's Austin Astrup, drops a bombshell on Trina Robinson, Tabyana Ali. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the ABC soap opera. Let's begin with Jordan and Curtis. The former Flames were together for a long time, but the marriage ended due to work secrets. Jordan was heartbroken, but eventually healed. Now, Curtis thinks his marriage to Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, is already over. Since then, Jordan and Curtis have been reconnecting. While it's platonic for now, a preview clip shows the two sitting in their bathing suits taking a stroll down memory lane. With a big smile, Jordan glows as she talks about it being the best feeling ever. Over with Kai, he made a decision about the internship. At first, Kai assured Trina that he was going to turn down Drew Kane's, Cameron Matheson, offer. However, when Kai talked to the congressman, he got a different deal. This one will allow Kai to stay in Port Charles and just go to DC a few times a year. However, it is risky, as Drew told Kai he wants the young man to represent him here in town. Considering all of Drew's lies and scandals, this could be an internship that Kai later regrets, especially if he's left holding onto the bag in a dicey situation. Meanwhile, Portia gets rattled. General Hospital spoilers for the next episode reveal that Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, will be in a frantic panic, as if things weren't bad enough for Willow Tate Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen. Now, she has informed her mother that she's marrying Drew. In a preview clip for the next episode, Nina assures her daughter that it will be worth it. Elsewhere, Carly tries to warn Michael about cutting Willow out of the kids' lives forever. While Carly's methods are questionable, she is just worried about Wiley Corinthos, Viron Weaver, and Amelia Corinthos, Sequoia, and Serenity Morco Mack. A preview clip also shows Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, making a public display. Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, Amanda Seton, urges her grandmother to swallow her pride. Back to Drew, he announces in his office that this is the second best thing to happen to him all day. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Monday, June 23, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on ABC to find out what is coming up next. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, June 23 tease a wave of tension sweeping through Port Charles as secrets bubble to the surface and long-standing issues reach a boiling point. Carly Spencer finds herself at a crossroads once again, this time with a question that could change the dynamics of her relationship with Drew Kane forever. In another corner of town, Trina Robinson is struggling to keep her composure as red flags begin to wave about Curtis's recent behavior. Meanwhile, Drew takes what some are calling a victory lap, unaware that his triumph may soon lead to devastating consequences. And Nina Reeves, once the town's most hated, makes an emotional plea. The episode begins with Carly, who has recently found herself at odds with nearly everyone in her life, including Jason, Michael, and now even Drew. Her once confident demeanor is cracking as she's forced to reevaluate her priorities. Sources close to the situation hint that Carly will confront Drew with a loaded question. One that questions not only his loyalty, but also whether their relationship has been built on mutual respect or just survival after chaos. Drew, riding high from a recent business victory that has left the Quartermaine board both impressed and suspicious, is in no mood to get vulnerable. But Carly's delivery is sharp, her tone unrelenting, and her message clear. She won't be sidelined by anyone, not even a man she's tried so hard to support. But will her tough approach push Drew further away, or finally break down the wall between them. Elsewhere, Trina is rattled. Since Curtis's return to Port Charles, things have been off. He's been distant, secretive, and uncharacteristically quiet, especially about his health and personal dealings. Trina, whose instincts have always been sharp, begins to sense that something isn't quite right. Monday's scenes show her confiding in Jocelyn, and later Portia, as she begins to put together the pieces of a puzzle she's not sure she wants to solve. Is Curtis hiding something medical, or something far more dangerous? Either way, Trina's unease is growing by the hour, and those around her begin to notice. And when she comes face to face with Curtis at the end of the episode, she might not be able to hold back her fears any longer. Meanwhile, Drew is basking in the glow of his latest win. Having secured a major investor for Aurora Media and blindsided Tracy Quartermain in the process, he's feeling untouchable. He's worked tirelessly to regain respect after prison and betrayal, and this moment feels like vindication. But Drew's victory lap isn't without consequence. Several Port Charles power players, namely Ned, Tracy, and even Michael, are taking note of Drew's rising aggression. Monday's episode hints that Drew's confidence might morph into arrogance, and those close to him may not stay loyal for long. Carly, in particular, is watching with wary eyes. Could this power trip cost Drew more than he realizes? And then there's Nina. Once reviled for turning Carly and Drew into the SEC, and still reeling from the fallout of her crumbled marriage to Sonny Corinthos, she finds herself increasingly isolated. But on Monday, we see a different Nina. Raw, reflective, and desperate, she approaches Ava Jerome with a plea, not for herself, but for peace. Nina wants to make amends with Willow, and she's willing to do whatever it takes. The problem? Willow may never be ready to forgive. Ava, often Nina's only confidant, listens but doesn't promise miracles. Still, Nina's emotional vulnerability could begin to shift public perception, especially as she opens up about the deep grief she still carries after losing her relationship with Wiley and the bond she once hoped to build with Willow. But is it too late for Nina to be seen as anything but the town pariah? Elsewhere in Port Charles, tension continues to build. Elizabeth Webber and Finn meet at GH for an uncomfortable exchange, one that seems to highlight how little progress they've made in healing the fractures in their relationship. Elizabeth is trying to stay focused on her boys, but she's clearly unsettled by Finn's erratic behavior and short temper. And when Liz catches Finn checking in on Violet's school counselor report, the suspicions grow. Is Finn relapsing, or hiding something else entirely? Monday's episode doesn't answer that question outright, but it plants several seeds for an unraveling that could shake the hospital to its core. Also featured in the episode is Anna Devane, who is still locked in a subtle chess match with Valentine Casadoin. Although Valentine has been keeping a low profile, Anna is convinced he's up to something, and she's right. But when she receives a mysterious encrypted file during a WSB debrief, Anna begins to realize that Valentine's secrets may tie back to more than just deception. They may tie back to a renewed threat from Pikeman. The slow-burn espionage story gets a pulse on Monday as Anna tries to decode whether Valentine's actions are meant to protect her or lead her of the canvas. Jocelyn and Dex share a quiet moment together, but it's tinged with sadness. Dex is still struggling to define his new role now that he's left Sonny's organization. Jocelyn, for her part, is worried about what kind of man Dex will become without a sense of purpose. Will he revert to old habits, or forge something new for himself? Monday's episode teases a turning point, as Dex receives a surprise job offer that could keep him in Port Charles longer than expected. The catch? The job might be connected to Valentine. And speaking of Valentine, he's seen making a cryptic phone call that suggests he's still in league with some very dangerous people. Though he's made overtures of peace with Anna, and even offered assistance to Laura Collins, Valentine's mask is beginning to slip. His loyalty to Charlotte is absolute. But what happens when protecting her means betraying everyone else? Finally, Sonny Corinthos doesn't appear until the episode's final moments, but his presence looms large over several conversations throughout the hour. Carly mentions him in passing. Jason warns someone off from interfering in Sonny's business, and Ava privately wonders if Sonny is becoming unhinged. When Sonny does show up, storming into Christina's Corinthos Davis Center, he seems distracted, paranoid, and unusually aggressive. His mood swings are becoming impossible to ignore, and it's only a matter of time before someone confronts him. Could it be Jason? Or could Sonny's behavior spiral further before anyone gets the chance? As Monday's General Hospital episode unfolds, one thing is clear: the battle lines in Port Charles are being redrawn. Relationships are cracking, old alliances are shifting, and everyone seems to be keeping a secret. Whether it's Carly demanding clarity, Trina sensing something dark beneath the surface, Drew overplaying his hand, or Nina reaching out from rock bottom, the emotional stakes are higher than ever. Every character is one decision away from disaster or redemption, and with so many truths simmering just below the surface, it won't be long before Port Charles erupts again. Stay tuned for even more spoilers and breakdowns as the week unfolds. Monday's episode sets the stage for a week full of explosive confrontations, shocking confessions, and a few long overdue reckonings. Will Carly and Drew survive the fallout of her question? Will Trina uncover what Curtis is hiding? And can Nina find even a sliver of forgiveness in a town that never forgets? Only time, and the next episode, will tell. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.